Hey there guys, just going to be doing a quick review on the new game out called Warframe. It's just gone into open soft beta. I'm going to quickly do a quick gameplay review and then I'm going to get into the boring stuff on the interface afterwards. So yeah, basically Warframe is an MMORPG first person shooter, which is quite a rare kind of style of game. The only other style of game that's really come out in that style is Borderlands 2, and yeah, if you do want to count Mass Effect as well. In terms of the graphics of the game, I do like them a lot. For a game that's just come out into a soft open beta, I don't think they have any problems with the graphical potential of the game at all. Really don't think there's going to be any complaints there. In terms of the sounds as well, they're very clean, smooth cut, appropriate. They seem to match a lot of the actions within the game as well. And the actual gameplay aspect of it as well is really initiative. As you can see on the video, you can mix combat with guns and swords, and there's only been a few games I've known to do that, one of them being Guns the Duel, which really doesn't have the graphical capability that this game has. One thing I do like about this game is how they've actually managed to almost straight away master the concept of an MMORPG and a shooter. You enter missions, you do missions with squads, with quests, and you get straight into the game. Really, there's no messing around in terms of how I'd like to say it. I mean, I know a lot of people like the grind of exploring a world and really just seeing what the game's all about. But for me, entering the game and getting straight into it is really important when you really are showcasing a fast action tactics style game that's also an MMO. In terms of the enemies and the actual the worlds on this, I really like that as well. There's nothing to really complain about. The game developers did a very smooth and good job. There's a class system within this game as well that you wouldn't have seen, but you will notice that there's other people in the game that look different to me. You'll notice that my character has two horns on the side of his head. You can change the skin of your character as you go along and when you level up and when you get more money. But mine at the moment is the most basic skin of the Loki style character. Now, I hope I get this right. I'm trying to think about how many different warframes there are in this game, rather than opposed to calling them skins. There's the Ash, the Banshee, the Ember, the Excalibur, Frost, Loki, Mag, Nyx, Rhino, Sarin, Trinity, and Volt. Each of the warframes you can purchase as you're going through the game, and each of them give you different abilities, different strengths, different powers. All of them do different things, basically. I don't think the game developers have gone far wrong in making sure that you can find a warframe that's suited to your ability or suited to how you want to play or what you want your play style to be. I think that there's a place for each different warframe, and I can imagine that as you get further into the game and to the very advanced levels of it, I can imagine it gets very much like most games where you need different types of each warframes. For example, if you went into a game with 5 very squishy assassin style warframes, I can imagine that you'll all die very quickly. So I'd like to hope that there's a mix of warframes and that there's a nice kind of balance between what you need on your team. I mean, I'm just looking now at the Rhino warframe, and his strength apparently enables him to combine a mix of devastating offensive attacks with a lot of defensive powers. So I can imagine that combining the different warframes would be very nice actually, and very useful, and make the game very exciting in terms of there's a need to go out and explore different warframes so you can be useful to the game. The game did release on, I think it was either their Twitter or their Facebook, that they were looking into a dueling system that they were going to bring into the game. So obviously then that's bringing PvP elements, which I think will work extremely well with this game. And if anything, from the day it's come out, I mean, I'm a massive lover of PvP games. So since the day this game has been out in soft open beta, I've been kind of pondering into why they didn't go straight into PvP, but as long as they've announced the first kind of the step, I can only hope they go further into arenas and maybe battleground styles. Okay, now I'm going to start getting into the boring stuff. Well, some of you might find this really interesting, but for most people it's about the gameplay, let's be honest. Straight away, I love the interface of this game. I mean, I know that nearly everything that I've said about this game has been very positive and has been very, I love this, I love that, and I mean, for me, it's incredible and they've done a great job. The way that they set out the planets here, you actually decide which system that you want to go into, and then you have a group of missions inside that you can choose from, and you link up with the group, and it's pretty instant, and you're going into games pretty quick. So it's a nice game that you can just jump on and jump straight into a game. Let's just go and have a look at the first tab, which is the Arsenal tab. You'll see there that it's fairly, I mean, I'm not saying simple, but it's a fairly basic layout in terms of it's very similar in a lot of games. I mean, in the top left you have your Warframe, what rank you are, what abilities that you can use. So they're obviously all key binded. Your gear then in the bottom left, you'll see I don't have any, I'm very new into this game. Rifles, pistols, and your melee weapon on the right. They can all be changed in terms of the skin colour can be made unique, just like your Warframe. The actual weapon can be modified as well with mods and blueprints. Well, not actually blueprints. Blueprints is for the Foundry, and I'll talk about that soon. But yeah, they're all editable. The next tab along is fairly obvious. That's contacts, that's people you meet, or maybe just your friends. The market is the tab where you actually buy things in the game. Fairly obvious with the name market. You can buy stuff with the money that you earn, which you'll see next to my name in the very top left of the screen. You have the little blue, almost sliding tabs. That's the credits that you earn in-game. Platinum is money, as far as I know, that you buy. So you can use that to upgrade your gear and make your character look, obviously, how you like him to look, or just make him more powerful. The Foundry being the final tab, that's where you find blueprints or maybe even buy blueprints, and you make weapons over time. So they may take anything between a day, a week, as far as I know, to make a weapon that you've got the blueprint for or that you want to make. I'm pretty sure you require a blueprint for it though. As saying, this game is very new. I've done as much research at the moment as I can into it. And yeah, it is extremely good, and I'd recommend you all to get it. In terms of any more game reviews that are going on, I'm not going to put a day on it. I'm not going to say, okay, yeah, it's going to be free to play Mondays or indie game review Tuesdays or whatever. It's just going to be on a whim when it's out. I'll be trying to do as many as possible. I'll see how the feedback for this one goes first, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all get the game, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks very much. I'll see you all soon. Thanks. Bye.